Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Erica, the Director of Communications here at Newton. So we're going to run through a demo of our newest Solicitor Direct Connect and speak to the benefits to you and your customer. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we get started. I'm joined with our lovely trainer, Vivian, and she will be doing the demo for you. And Kevin is here as well to help monitor the chat, take any questions and more. So the session will be recorded for everyone to review. We'll send it to you after and we'll post it on our socials, our train line. Like I said, we'll be monitoring the chat for questions, and we will also open it up at the end of this to answer some live. So, yep. Oh,
sorry, Erica, just to jump in there. So there is a Q&A and a chat. Throw your questions in the Q&A. That way it's easy for us to know which ones we've answered and which ones we haven't. Sometimes when it's in the chat, it gets a little mixed up with other people's comments. So if you kindly put your questions in the Q&A, that would be very much appreciated. Sorry, Eric.
Thank you. You can go to the next slide, please. Okay, great. So to talk about our latest enhancement, the practice before was, you either gave your customer the name of a lawyer or you would send them an email to refer a client to a law firm. None of this was very efficient or secure. Nowadays, security is front and center, and we have the ability to make it easier to refer customers in both a fast and secure manner, which is the goal of our connection here. If you could just, thank you. Sorry, Kevin's controlling the slides for me here. So our first two solicitors that we did this connection was Diamond and Diamond and Spagnuolo and Company. There you go. And these are just the first two of many more to come. So we want to connect firms across the country. Okay, so let's just get into some more benefits here. Like I said, it's a lot more secure, which is so important these days. It's easier to refer, and at the end of the day, you can complete your mortgage transactions a lot faster. So I'm going to hand it over to Vivian now to go through the process. Again, feel free to put your questions in the chat and we'll come back when she is finished.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Here we go. So the fun stuff, the actual mechanics of how you can do this and how easy it is. So I'm within a deal. I'm in the modern screen. For anybody who chooses to use classic, by all means, you can do it in that deal screen. We're going to be working in the conditions and documents section. I'm going to expand that open. The first thing I need to do is I need to add the actual solicitor condition. How do you do that? Simply choose in the green Add Conditions button in your drop down, everyone. Scroll to under Sign Documents. You've got the solicitor condition. You would simply add that, close it up, and then you have this asset available to you. Here it's expanded. Now we've outlined Direct Connect. We've got Spagnolia that services BC, then any subject properties that are located in Alberta and Ontario. Your choice for best in class is Diamond and Diamond. How do you do that? Over here in the drop down, you are going to it's going to multiply with additional firms that want to come on board. They will be in this drop down. I'm going to choose Spagnolia, Spags for short. And all I'm simply going to do is review here in the drop down, the contact information for Spagnolia will pre-populate for you. You are simply opening up a client file. By pressing that, I have now safely and securely sent electronically information from Velocity to Spagnolia. What is actually being submitted? You've got your brokerage firm contact information. You as the broker, your contact details, ensure you have that information updated in your broker profile. Where that is under the Me in profile. Okay, any questions on that, please reach out. I can show you how to complete that. Also, critical is the borrower contact information and their current address. Then the subject property, including legal address, and then the mortgage information. What's the purpose? Purchase, refi, switch, the loan amount, the actual payment amount on the mortgage. Okay, all that information has now safely and securely been sent, and you have a record that this action actually took place right below. You can see I've been busy in this file, but here's my latest, May 9th, 11:07, because I'm in good old Vancouver. This file was opened. The next step would be the solicitor was going to respond right within the deal and let me know, thank you, I've received it. I will be reaching out to your client and taking the best care of them. And again, you will see that response right here within the deal. Once it's been determined that you need to submit documents directly to the solicitor, maybe they've requested them or it's part of your best practice, this is how easy it is. I simply choose submit documents and make my choice from the documents that you have saved within Velocity. Really critical. If I want to send any income, possibly it's a refi, I need to send some bank statements. Is there signed documents available? Yes, I want to send a copy of that signed mortgage commitment. ID, always critical, and possibly a copy of the void. You have the opportunity here to add any additional attachments, and a really nice customization is a note that you can send along. And now, submit documents. You're going to get, again, a transaction history right below. There's those 4 documents that you sent. It's in progress. That status will update once the solicitor acknowledges from their end. And where is that going to be located? It's open, secure, convenient conversations right back within the solicitor condition. If you're unsure, what did I actually send? Click on the view button and you're going to be able to see that document. Here also, just by clicking, is a copy of the notes. Now, what if your client decides after this point that, you know what, they might be going with a different solicitor, possibly a not connected solicitor? All you need to do, instead of this actually completing, which would have, again, all the conversation and updates below within this condition, I'm actually going to have to cancel it. My client has actually gone in a different direction and they want to choose a different solicitor. How do I keep that flow still within the same? Absolutely. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose not to send it through here. I'm going to clear that information only within the condition. And I'm actually now seeing this is still going to be recorded. And now I'm going to, within this condition, provide the information of the law firm of that my client has actually chosen. Type in the first name, last name, give the email connection. And remember, this is now going via email because your solicitor at this point is still not connected as a secure partner with our Velocity system. So that's your difference. Submitting documents through a connected partnered law firm, it's going electronically, safely and securely. Submitting documents directly through this condition, again, massive benefit, but this will go via email. Then also provide the address of your actual solicitor. And now you're ready to send those documents. And just to complete this, what is it I want to do? I actually want to open a client file. That is done right here below. And now I have the option to safely and securely send documents via email. Here it is. What's my email content? Let me choose. I want some bank statements. I want to send all that same information, except my client has chosen to go in a different direction. There's my email that populates. It's going to have this information on it. You, again, as we always know, can customize your message. It's going to load your email address and your signature here, and then you simply press send. Where is a copy of this going to be located? In the communication history within the deal. And that is located, you can get to it quickly over here or just by scrolling down, and you can see I've got all my information there. It never is lost. Even if I cancel this file, 6 months I come back and I can see they went with ABC law firm, but oh, I did initially start it with Spags. You're not going to lose any of that history, but down below, here is a copy of that email that's been sent. Any questions, anyone? It's a phenomenal way to keep everything up to date. And I'm wondering, possibly a lot of you, this solicitor condition that you can add, this might be news to you, period. I know I'm doing a lot of training. If you haven't already used this before, please add this to your practice, and that you can come back to this condition months from now, years from now, and know exactly who your client used as the solicitor and may wish to use them again.
Yeah, great job, Viv. I think we have a few questions that we can maybe just clarify. One of the common questions that are coming up is, can we add more solicitors to Velocity? The short answer is yes, we can. We just have to have the solicitors reach out to us, or you can pass along my name, and we'll throw my email address in the chat, and we can start connecting those solicitors. We have two different ways to connect, and part of the reason why we chose Diamond and Spags, besides being best in class, it's not because we're trying to drive you to those lawyers. They were the first to the party saying, hey, we want to do this. And Diamond is unique because they have a very robust tech background for their service. So there's communication that goes back and forth. So the conveyancing process becomes much more transparent. Where with Spags, we've provided them with a portal that they're able to receive these documents and send communication back and forth to create these referrals and make it more secure. By no means, like I said, are we trying to dictate where you're going. We're just trying to give you more options, more security, a higher level of service for your customers to start referrals going. But we want to have your lawyers that you deal with regularly get on the platform as well. So you can email me directly. We'll throw that in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get connected with all those solicitors that you refer. One of the other questions here is, can you see what information was transmitted to the solicitor? So as Viv showed, when you do transmit something with documents and the notes, like in this there, you can see exactly what was sent. You can see what the note was sent as well. So again, full transparency, and the response that that solicitor gives you will come back here because they are connected. That's the main difference between connected and not connected. You're going to get that back and forth communication.
To illustrate that, Kevin, down below, we did do this. This is where I have sent this off. That was on May 5th, and the reply back, documents received. So that's what you're going to see as a live example. You're actually going to see that communication. Where you're going to get notified is you can pop back into the deal, and you're actually going to see a notification up top in the message center. So you're not going to miss anything at all. It's a live, open communication.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Viv.
You're welcome.
Okay. The other thing to note is you can have more than one solicitor condition on the file. Okay. So if you say you've canceled it with Spags, as an example, like Viv did earlier, you may decide to leave that solicitor condition there and add another solicitor condition to where you're going to send the next one. So there are different ways of being able to do it. There isn't one way. We're not saying you have to do it this way, but we're going to show you the best practices. So now you can see here, there's another one. You now go in and you would, one you'd cancel, one you would move forward and send and put in new information. And then you can see all this, the SPAG stuff separately.
Exactly.
Okay. Any other questions that we haven't got to here? Can I save in the system my templated letter to the solicitor? Great question. We don't have a template yet for the handoff. Oh, sorry, Erica's actually typing that out right now. So that is something that will come with time. So not send client contact info. So the solicitor condition for the direct connected will send client contact information to the solicitor once you make that referral, once you open the file, as Viv showed earlier. So Viv, if you may just, yeah. So once she clicks that, it will then send the contact information. You are in full control of when that is sent, okay? We're not going to let the system dictate that for you. It's going to be based on when you want to send it. Okay. If an unsolicited or unconnected solicitor responds to an email, where would we see the response? It's going to come back to your regular email. So
Exactly.
if you're on Outlook, it will come back to your Outlook or your Gmail. And if you want to tag that response back into the file, you can do that as well. So on the train line, there's a whole section on tagging emails, so it can be part of the deal, and you can do that as well.
There's a good question by Marcel here, just more about the security behind it. If you want to speak to our process, he said, are documents that we sent to solicitors protected in some way or sent via regular email security standards?
Okay, so for a direct connected lender, we're actually sending it through an encrypted portal to the solicitor. So they have a portal that they receive it in. So it's much more secure than email. Email is, let's face it, it's not very secure, right? If you're all the communication response, because they're part of that portal, will come back here where Viv is showing, and you'll see the responses of the solicitors. Okay. Now, if you're just quote unquote emailing a non-connected lender from Velocity, it's regular email. The same process happens. Like I said earlier, when someone responds to your email, it's going to come back to your regular email. Okay. And the last question, I think it's the great question, Marcel, is about, is there a way to see the progress of the stages of the deals that solicitor did? That is the number one reason why we want them to be direct connected. So you can see exactly where, you know, Diamond responds, hey, your appointment has been set for this day. You know, funds have been received, the documents are, so you're going to see all of that all in one spot. Okay. Okay. Any other questions there, Erica, you think that we should cover off?
I think we actually got to most of them.
Okay. I think there's a few one-off things here. Sharon, I think you have a couple questions that are more training specific. So we'll get you to email the training team. So Erica will throw that into the chat or just answer your question there.
Yeah.
And
I've actually even provided my contact details, anyone directly, vivian.martin@newton.ca. I can answer anything for you.
perfect.
Yeah, we have lots of resources. Maybe if we're with the demo, Kevin, do you want to go back to the PowerPoint?
Sure.
Absolutely.
There we go.
There we go. So here's our resources. Our customer care team, they are great. You can email them or call them from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. For training resources, Viv just did an amazing demo here, which will be sent to you. Like I said, we also have a quick 2-minute training video on our train line that you can access with step-by-steps right under there written out for you. If you just want to read it instead of watching a video, you have the option to do both. And yep, there's our training team email address again. So lots of resources for you guys. We also have our social medias, the handles for all our social media platforms being Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. It's just velocity.newton. And we have our Velocity community and support Facebook page, which if you're not a part of, I strongly suggest you join. It's such a great resource for you where you can post questions. Other brokers will answer them for you, give you tips. We're on there monitoring all the time too. So there's definitely lots of amazing resources for you guys.
Great. So we've had a lot of people ask about connecting their lawyers. So we'll look at putting together a PDF on what the process is. And then we will share that with the group that's attended today, as well as put it as a resource on our website. So we will take care of that for everyone. So great suggestion. All right. That being said, if there's no other questions, we kept it to like 20 minutes. That's amazing. So with questions. So
yeah,
great job, everyone. Again, thanks for coming out. Take advantage of this new feature. It's going to improve your process and speed up your mortgage transactions. And let's face it, we want to get our mortgages done as quickly as possible with people we trust. So get more people connected, being your solicitors, and take advantage of the ones that we have already.